Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll throw again. Fitzpatrick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. This one complete. It's Isaiah Wright. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Fitzpatrick on 1st down. A throw to the flat here from McKissick.
Good job, D. Good job, D. That's right.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Now here's a throw that's complete. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. A little juke. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Isaiah Wright, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Here's Fitzpatrick. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to... And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Fitzpatrick. Javon Curse in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Javon Curse picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Well, you know me pretty well now. You know what I want to do after that completed pass. 4th down, down by 3. What do I want to do here?
You want to go for it. You might be tempted. I think they need to kick it.
Yeah, someone might have to overrule me. Get the kicker out there, tie this game up.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Williams to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked.
That's how we do it, man.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football, because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They find some open field here. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Come on now, let's go.
A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. 73 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Now Saquon Barkley. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Cole Holcomb. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. Open space inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Now a first throw here in overtime. Oh, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? Fitzpatrick to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Here's Tressway now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Unable, gets through, and now an opening. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it?
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. He'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
I do not have a
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Jack Youngblood able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down again. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Coming on a 46-yard punt, though, they did get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, Unitas.
I don't know.
That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I'm not going to
That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up.
I feel
And they go play action with Unitas. They'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On 2nd and 7, Unitas. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Not quite enough that time. Maybe just try a lower start difficulty if you can. And so
training right now, right at time. Check stuff out today. Again, it's kind of a slow day. We were solo battling yesterday. Doing pretty well there.
and the offense readies for a first down and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll hand it off to Bush. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Steps away to his left. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I want to provide you guys.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, this is Bush. 68 yards on the ground for him so far.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll go again with Bush. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And also, it's very close to Cam Chance, so I know a lot of people are actually done with that. I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close, all things considered. Passing yards, rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, passing touchdowns. I feel like
4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I don't know. That's
on the delay, it's Bush. And some room to roam now. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
2nd and 12. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams. as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Unitas looking to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Barkley again. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Unitas.
I'll be honest.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but then winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit. And he's going to be taken down in the end zone. Fitzpatrick sacked, and that's a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they give up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 10. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth so far. 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Coverage on time by Bobby McCain. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Bobby McCain. Now he's into the clear. The 40, the 20, 10, and he will bring this.
So next time, a frail self-proclaimed communist brags about becoming a nation, find comfort in the fact that he and Americans like him will be the first ones to freedom. Today, we have Tim Kennedy. All right, I want to talk a minute. It's awkward. Tim Kennedy is the guest. I want to talk about body armor because that's the way I would prepare. I'd be like, dude, shoot, body armor, keeping food on the table, gas in the car, 72-hour grab bag. Those are standard, but you might want to consider body armor as a way to keep your family safe and secure during troubled times. If there's a meltdown and you have to go across the city, to pick somebody up or do something, gosh, imagine in Portland. I wouldn't go downtown, would you? Body armor is legal in all 50 states. It's never been this affordable and easy to purchase. I mean, it used to be crazy. Now, our friends at AR500 Armor have made body armor easy, approachable, affordable. There's no reason like you might need this or your family needs this. If you're unsure of what type of armor you're needing, or you just need some pointers based on your needs, they have you covered. Don't wait until it's too late to ensure your family is protected for any crazy eventuality. And I know that stuff, crazy would never happen in America. AR500armor.com/Beck. Go there now. You'll find special ready-to-go bundles, discounts up to 50%. AR500armor.com/Beck. I want to start with a tweet that you gave, because I remember when we went into Iraq. I had worked with a Vietnam vet when I was young, and he was really proud of his service, and he was very good at what he was an elite troop, and he was very proud at what he did, and he was good at what he did, and he came home, and he said the first thing somebody said when he was applying for a job, they said, what have you been doing lately? He said, I've been in Vietnam, and they said, oh, I'm sorry for that. He said, I'm not. And he spiraled out of control, and I remember feeling I don't ever want to be a part of a generation that treats our service personnel like this. If we're going to go in, let's support them. And I think we've done a better job, but now with Afghanistan, you just tweeted something. You had to do an emergency mission for a veteran who attempted suicide because he didn't get his interpreter out. The country has betrayed so many people. How can the average citizen, what do we do when we know a service personnel that was over there and going through trouble, but we can't? We're not going through what they're going through. What do we do?
Yeah, first be available. That's it's a hard thing to. In an era of social media and distance contact, and right now we're doing a over Skype interview. It's hard to actually connect to people and give them the recognition, appreciation, and value that they deserve for some of the things that they've done. And the things that they've done feel really weird right now. The Afghan OEF war veterans, was their sacrifice, was the suffering, the blood, the pain, the violence, was that for no reason at all? Of course there was a reason for it, and there was value to it, and all of their sacrifice had meaning. But right now it's just this really weird position. So what do we do? You have to be available. You have to be there. You have to be reaching out. You have to be connecting. You have to be hanging out. Personal contact. All the regular coping mechanisms that humans need, not distance, to be able to let them talk and let them express. Maybe they don't need to talk. Maybe they just need to be there and know that they're valued not for what they did, but just for who they are. And then everything else is, the healing will be a byproduct of time and I think realization of all of the good that we did.
So does it sound, excuse me, I'm going to come at you from a couple of different angles on, you're a man's man. I like Broadway shows. I've never fought in my life. I think in third grade I had a fight. So, excuse me, I barely have a man card, but I still have it. So let me ask, does it seem, because I've been really trying to get my hands and arms around what's happening in Afghanistan and what has it been worth, but there were 20 years where girls and women we're taught you can't. This is who you should be. This is who you can be. And that may be lost now, but I don't think that's. I think that's a seed that was planted deeply. Is that enough for all of this?
I mean, freedom is once that seed's planted. You know, in 1775, as the British were colonizing us and overreaching in every single regard, a little bit of a taste of freedom where people learned that they could do their own thing and live the life that they wanted to. That showed that women could go to school, that women could be teachers, that women could be engineers. You know, like I'm a feminist. You know, I love everything about the new kind of progressive women movement. My wife is a brilliant MBA, finance and economics major, and seen Afghanistan 15 years ago, and then seen Afghanistan 3 years ago, where there were women shop owners, there were women teachers. When I went there were guys riding down with scooters and throwing acid on little girls trying to walk to school. Now there were schools completely dedicated to young girls learning to read and to write. Walking through our humanitarian camp, most women spoke multiple languages now. That didn't happen 15 years ago. That wasn't even an option. So those are contagious. Freedom's a contagious thing. And, so is it enough? I've been using this metaphor of a doctor that had a patient, and that patient had cancer. And for 20 years, that patient was treated by this doctor. And the doctor kept cancer at bay through a variety of methods. And over 20 years, in his old age, the patient finally dies. But that didn't mean that doctor didn't do a lot of good in that time. And while that patient may have passed, all of the positive things that happened from that person still being alive for 20 years, that's how I'm viewing this Afghanistan situation where, yes, 20 years later, this war might have been lost, but we did a lot of good, and more importantly, the good that was done, it's a ripple effect, a butterfly effect. I know girls learned how to read. I know plenty of people that are now pilots and engineers and shop owners and entrepreneurs and translators. So, you can't stop that train once it starts going. I don't care if you're the Taliban, you're a bunch of gangsters, thugs. Once that train starts going, it's a hard thing to stop.
Yeah. Because I do think you're right on this. I think this is a really exciting time. I feel horrible for the girls who never knew it any other way. Yeah, their moms may have, but they didn't. And now they're 17 years old, and you're like, wait a minute, what's happening? It's one thing to read about it, hear about it from the past, and then experience it. And my heart goes out to them. Let's stay on Afghanistan for a little while before we move into some other things. You're involved with Chad Robichaux and Mighty Oaks and the Save Our Coalition, or Save Our Allies Coalition. You guys have been in rescuing people. I know we've talked before, and you said I was just an armchair guy, but you are deeply involved in this. Can you tell me a little bit of what you guys are doing?
So Save Our Allies Coalition was put up between two different nonprofits, the Mighty Oaks Foundation and the Independence Fund. I had been struggling with going to Afghanistan since the writing was on the wall. The moment that President Biden announced that we're going to be moving out, myself and all of my colleagues knew what was going to happen. It was going to happen very quickly. So we were already looking at ways of getting back into the country. And it wasn't until Sarah Barato and Chad Robichaux, two people that I respect highly, coming from two great organizations. They both called me within 24 hours and said, hey, we have a few hundred orphan girls, and Chad, my translator, is stuck there. He's going to be executed, and all of these orphan girls are going to be executed. I mean, that might be the best thing that would happen to them. Can you come and help us? So for the first time, there was a reason, there was a purpose, and it wasn't like, let's go be rad, do commando stuff. Here is your mission, here's the end state, here's the support, this is what we want you to do. So I became part of a 4-man task force that went onto the ground in Kabul. We had 2 separate elements, one in Washington, D.C., and one forward in the UAE. That was going to be our host and partner nation to help us get people out. We had a very complex team coming from the most elite special operations units on the planet. The four of us that were on the ground, this was not the tent show. I was working for Sean Gabler. He was our team leader on the ground, and he just exhibited extraordinary professionalism. He is a master of his craft. He's been doing personnel recovery his entire life. He came from special operations. There was another SF guy. There were two other SF guys that comprised the four-man team. So the 12 guys that were in UAE, they were receiving intelligence from DC to put together our target packages of who we were going to go and recover. And then we had a very complex Bonafides vetting process to confirm that we're getting the right people. And then ultimately it was getting air, getting ramps, finding the people, smuggling them through the Taliban and American lines, and then putting them on our planes and some of your planes and getting them out.
Tell me a little bit.
Sorry, that was it.
Can you tell me a little bit about, because I've heard this from a couple of people about the sewage tunnels. Can you talk about that? The what do you call it? The rat hole escape or something like that?
A rat line. A rat line is a term that's been around for a long time. Nazis use rat lines to smuggle out guys. The Russians and Americans are coming in. There are rat lines by the Viet Cong. A rat line is just a line that goes behind enemy lines, whether it's a supply line or an evacuation line. In our case,
hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the
had
coach.
rat lines all over the
Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
We will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You're trailing by 4, but you've driven into opponent territory as we get set here, first and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition.
I've been there during the spring and the snow melt.
So many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. On first down, it's Unitas on the move to his left. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The escapability and evidence there is that one. Good for 15 and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Obviously, they'll
run it with Bush. Fights out the defender. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. This is Bush.
I have to say, Terry, so
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Reggie Bush. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Bears go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can
all awful. They were awful, but they were lawful. And nobody, I mean,
hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host,
just
the
dying
coach.
inside. Same thing.
Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
This challenge begins in the second quarter with 3 minutes to go. You're ahead by 4. Your opponent has the football on their 35-yard line. And it's second and 10. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Jackson looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
With the download that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That's what those Marines did that day.
On is the punter Cook, who sends it away.
There's Pittsburgh that
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Well, you came up short in this one, but no worries.
Sacrifice, they knew the ball was coming, and they were there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
White House said ISIS.
They run with Edwards off the option. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A.J. Hawk in to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
Real intelligence, ISIS, Taliban, they're feathers, different feathers, same bird. It's the same creature, it's the same animals. It's the radical being the same. That are running ISIS-K, it's the exact same people that were Taliban just a year or 2. So it's not like these are different people that have changed or morphed their ideas. Somehow the Taliban is now a political organization. No,
Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there, we've seen.
It's idiotic. It's insulting.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. That's into the hands of Crochet. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Should be self-destruct.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Destroyed the vast majority. Everybody's toting this $85 million that military equipment that was left behind. Laid out the military that was on the ground, not our American counterparts. Laid out arms on the ground.
Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. And Jackson throwing once more. His throw incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. Jackson.
This is expected.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath. Gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
We always talk about get down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their play. A 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees a short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
But this is not how.
Here's 2nd and 10.
How they're fought, how they. This was hard.
So there was a
from the gun, Jackson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. it's Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Okay, so you won't be going undefeated against this challenge, but hey, the good news, ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson now. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins. And it's 3rd down.
Of countries for a long period of time.
Now it's Jackson.
Was perceived as a bad
He'll jump this off complete to Dalvitz.
Was I interested in the
that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That gets all the way into the end zone for a touchback. All right, not the result that you were hoping for. Don't sweat it, though. You can replay the challenge right now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and now it's 2nd down. Now Jackson. That one's complete to Prochet. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now finally got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
Not quite enough that time. Maybe just try a lower start.
About why their children
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I'm not looking to go and save some box. We're trying to see.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins, pushing through the contact. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
I am very... This country.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw.
Pressure
toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says this.
On all sides, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to do something stupid. And if that happens, we transform very...
And now the Ravens set to go on 1st and 10.
It's also that
and they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Shreds him with a stiff arm. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, Paul. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
A deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it'll bring up third down.
Accountable and responsible for what happened. Fantastic. We agree on it. Now let's come together.
Jackson.
And try and find solutions to prevent this from ever happening.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on fourth down, the Ravens will call on Sam Cook to punt it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted.
Comes some restriction limitations. You know, as
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
That's the response. We have a bigger responsibility as having the flag on our shoulder.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. The longtime Raven, Ed Reed, up from his safety spot to make the play.
I have that. Say there's a problem here.
On second down, Dobbins, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards.
Constitution to include the First Amendment, but how our right to express.
So was his problem that he didn't design first? Because he said.
And now the offense getting set, first and 10.
Getting system.
Play action. Now Jackson.
It's right. It's a really.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A.J. Hawk gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
But that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On second down now, Dobbins. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now directly talking about how to prevent sexual harassment. These are really great changes that happen just in the time that I am in the military. Where you see it's like
inside handoff here to Ricard. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get it down. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Now the long-time Raven punter, Sam Cook on to punt it away.
And we're also rebels, right? You're a rebel, I'm a rebel. I do a great heritage.
Well, you came up short in this one, but no worries. Select replay challenge.
Don't put me on a hill.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
I will happily flush my toilet. My problem. I can't fix it.
Operating from the gun. Jackson.
I work for it.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Javon Curse. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times are we talking about complementary football? We're usually talking about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Looking to throw. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards.
Held somebody to service is a very powerful.
Sam Cook on now to punt it away.
Now we have millions of that we kind of shape, create into that into the military, which is people that can contribute to service part.
Well, unfortunately, no win on this attempt, but you can select to replay the challenge.
Their sacrifices has a powerful. And that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Sir. And this is not. It's like not it's good. It's bad.
Jackson's going to look to run it. Oh, able to avoid him. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an ultimate challenge.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. On the return, Williams. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an all-timer at the quarterback position, a man elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979, Johnny U. It's Johnny Unitas.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Unitas to throw. Steps away.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes now on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Nine yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We're scoreless after 1. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Aaron Donald with a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back. And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, And how about a couple of leaps backwards?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Unitas. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action. It's Unitas. That is caught. It's Williams. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he is all the way up past the 25. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And they go play action with Unitas.
This is Smith with a grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who's sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Unitas.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Devontae Smith
there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Mahomes. Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 60 yards. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's...
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. Williams now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by an all-timer at the quarterback position, a man elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979, Johnny U. It's Johnny Unitas.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
On first down, it's Unitas. Looking.
We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. To return it, here's Reggie Bush. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And they'll throw on first down with Unitas. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A first carry now for Reggie Bush. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Unitas will throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Unitas. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, he fakes a spike. He'll find Williams on the slant. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Bush on third down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Reggie Bush scampering home from 19 yards out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Unitas. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll
look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts there to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked by Mel Renfro, the Hall of Famer. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
On 2nd and 9, Unitas. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now it's Unitas. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Now Unitas. And it's caught. Touchdown. It's the fullback there to make the grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, Mostert. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Javon Curse able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The throw over the middle taken in. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. To the right side, it's Kelce. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now Murray again. Open man here. It's the tight end Kelce. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked by Mel Renfro, the Hall of Famer. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Score! Touchdown! Whoa, every time you come.
That